A few times a year, there are negative tides with ultra-low water levels that expose the seafloor. We went to the seaside next to Santa Cruz to catch one. There were already some surfers getting ready to enter the water, and some other who had been there for quite a while. By the sea, the weather is sometimes quite cloudy in the morning, but it clears out after a few hours. We started to look to see if we could see any critters in the puddles around us. At the beginning we did not see much, a few hermit crabs and some pretty algae, but by looking carefully we found things on the rocks. In particular this ochre starfish, which feeds mainly on mussels. It helps regulate the mussel population and maintain the balanced ecosystem in the kelp forests. By looking attentively, we always manage to find something. California shore crabs are very pretty to look at when they are not covered with sand. We also saw some sea anemones. By the middle of the morning, the sun rose and we saw the landscape with much prettier colors. The show is not just at the ground level. Looking up high, we could see a colony of cliff swallows. It's spring, and right now they are still building their nests. After a while, like the surfers, we decided to leave. And after a last look at the beach from the cliff, we headed for the Arboretum of Santa Cruz. The Santa Cruz Botanical Garden is over 100 acres and is filled with rare and unique plants. There are of course plants from California, but also plants from South Africa, Australia and New Zealand. All these plants and flowers attract a good number of insects and birds. There is always something to look at with great colors all around us. Sometimes, a burst of light catches our attention. Allen's hummingbirds have stunning orange-red colors on their breast, and it's always a pleasure to watch them perch on a branch or fly from flower to flower. After a few hours spent in this little paradise, we left for the south, a 5-minute drive away. We knew there was something to see here, and after a thorough search in the trees, we found it. This is the first cub in a family of great horned owls. They have established their residence in a eucalyptus forest not far from the sea. The young ones have already left the nest, but are still in the care of the parents. They are able to fly from branch to branch, but are not yet very agile, so they will stay for a few weeks in the same place. It will be quite some work for the parents for a while, but soon they will be independent. Maybe we will see them again next year.